A very pleasant good afternoon and welcome to the Pittsburgh Curling Club. It's the 6 p.m. draw here on Friday at TropiCurl 17. Pittsburgh Curling Club located in Stowe Township, Pennsylvania. We have this B event game between the Mayfield Curling Club and Jason Oblander, Meredith Lashinsky, Matt Wida, and Becky Wida against a bit of a combination team here with Mark Palmieri, Steve Smith, Jay the Swan Clark, and Teresa Tejada. Happy to have you here joining us for all the action. Toss has been made, and it is Mayfield throwing the red stones. It will be Team Detroit with the hammer throwing yellow. First shot on the way from the Mayfield squad. In the guard position, not quite up to the center line, and it will be Detroit looking to draw under. It is lead Teresa Tejada. That comes in there nicely. Is going to settle down. In the back 8 foot. So here's the second stone from Becky, looking about the center guard. Just coming off a fresh scrape here. And they'll end up with stacked guards. And Mark Palmieri is going to try to come right on underneath there. This one's going to squeeze past both guards, hopes to get it to stop before it comes out the other side. Sails down to the one in the back. Opportunity for Mayfield to come right down to it if they choose. Trying to see how much they can see the stone on the outside, and I can answer that for you. It's not very much. So they will like to follow down with both of the yellow stones behind the tee line. Once the stones get behind the tee line, they never get any closer. Sails down nicely, but does leave a good part of it under exposed, rather.
I mean, I've been there and done that. Is Corey in the bathroom?
So now here's the first stone on the way from Jay Clark.
There could be several reasons.
That one stays outside and slides back in through the rings.
Oh wait, is this the guy I was talking to in the locker room? Mr. Oh yeah, Mr. Pickles. Yeah, Mr. Pickles is the guy that I was having a philosophical debate with in the locker room.
So looking to take advantage of that misstep is Mayfield, and Matt Weeda with his second stone on the way. It's hanging out there. Gonna come right on down, gonna over curl a little bit, but they will lie two after this. Still an opening for Team Clark to get right on in there. Jay Clark, being a veteran of the Bonspiel circuit, is seen just about everywhere. Pretty much with a different team every time. So second stone on the way from Jay. That sails down into shot stone position, just biting the button.
Okay. I'm just gonna look around.
And joined here by my partner in the booth, the Prince of Pebble, the pusher of the Pebble, the Sultan of Sweep, Mr. John Gephardt. Hello, John.
Why, hello, Dave.
John, we have two teams here that appear to be pretty evenly matched right now.
I'm just marveling at this wonderful setup over here.
They do have a nice setup here for streaming here at the Pittsburgh
Yeah.
Curling Club.
I mean, the stream deck looks really nice. I was marveling at the wonderful telestration option here that I was watching so far this weekend.
And we'll
I
try
can see
to
the Wacom tablet. I'm jealous. I'm trying to get us closer to something like this with the setup at Plainfield.
That could be interesting later to see what we draw.
Nice bump back, but not quite far enough. Good down the front, though. Whose hammer is this, Dave?
It is Team Clark with the hammer,
Okay.
throwing the yellow stones.
Okay. It'd be hard to move that red out of the pocket there, but I think we have a couple stones left.
On this one right now, Steve Smith's hand trying to drag it there. It's light off the get-go. It's going to end up short of the target. They still lie shot. They are covered. So, see, they're potentially looking to run that stone back and just either peel it off or run it into the red. Yellow onto red onto yellow.
What are we running?
This one's coming up and needs to curl up just a skosh. It does not get far enough up. Does peel the guarding stone. Still yellow sitting one.
OBS plug-in essentially? I mean, it's an overlay. This was so cool to watch.
Yeah.
You can get multiple lines in there at once.
Mm-hmm. And you can do different, like, there's line if, like, you want to, like, do, like, a switch. Like, I can do, like, almost there and put a switch.
Put a rock in.
It's just weird, yeah. It's pick the color. It's like, it's did blue. That way it's easier.
Just replacing the guards quite simply here. It does need to walk on all the way over. Cells there right on the center line. It's a 2-guard. So now a question for how they want to handle the next shot. Have an opportunity to get to their outside red. And if you get to the outside red and drive it onto there, you should be able to clear it out. But electing not to go with that shot. Interesting choice of strategy here. I believe trying to drive the other color, the yellow, onto the red to lie shot. This is possibly fraught with peril here.
No, it looks like they're opting for the original call there, Dave.
And yeah, I think that's a little bit of a better idea.
Yeah, it would be tough to run that center line yellow. That's quite a distance with a lot of jams.
They got to hold this one out there, working really hard to hold the lines.
Overthrowing
Past
a
the
bit.
first guard and Rex on the second one. Rolls on open. That's a rough one there. So first skip rock here for Palmieri. This one's going to work up. They're just going to try to guard that.
Just making sure it's over, dropping it. This should be in the path a decent bit here. Makes his
Yeah.
shot for red quite a bit harder.
It's going to be very difficult to score a deuce this way. You're forcing yourself to a draw that's going to be right there on the onto the 4-foot. If we take a look here, right there is where they're trying to put it. It's a matter of who gets there first. Mayfield will certainly like to get there now.
No, you're good.
You don't need to move it much here.
I got a video.
I mean, you can still you bump this back a foot. Even a couple inches and you're at least one.
Oh, yeah, it's sitting over there.
I hope he's okay.
Screen is your
Preview.
and then whatever's on the right is broadcast out. So if you pull something up there on the left you want to see, you want to make everybody see it, you just hit that transition button.
Okay. This is awesome. Did you set this up?
This is on the way around. Definitely light all day, and it's going to be hanging on out there. It's going to leave.
I think OBS is
Detroit sitting 1.
I see remix a lot elsewhere.
Yeah.
So I know remix, so this is all like foreign to me. It's really
Yeah.
cool. But I mean, like this alone is what.
Oh, these are. Yeah,
This looks so much cooler than the new remix Telestrator option already.
Oh yeah.
So Mark Palmieri skating on down, trying to get his deuce. He's going to have to come right on down to the button in order to catch it here. Final stone of the second end. First 10.
First, second game. Second game.
It's all about accuracy here. Got to get all the way down there. Got
Line
to
looks
carry.
pretty good.
Yeah, the line looks fantastic if they can get it there. I just don't know if it has the legs. They are getting it
Looks
really,
great.
really
I
close.
think they got
Do they
it.
get it there? A little wick, and yes,
Small
they
rub.
get the 2. A score of 2 for Detroit, and they take a 2-0 lead. Second end coming up in just a moment.
Great sweep.
So big sweep by the front end there to carry the Skips Rocks home. Did get just the right rub. Rubbed it just the right way to get it on there for a score of 2. Great draw. Now it's going to be up to Mayfield to try to generate some offense here, John.
Yeah, I think the way that end was going, you got to be really happy if you're Detroit. Just getting 1 there is nice. You didn't allow Red to bump you out of position, and then heck of a hammer to take your deuce.
And that first guard by Teresa comes right on in, just touching the center line. You know, this tournament is not playing the no tick rule. It's pretty competitive field, but still very recreational Bonds field.
I hope Jay had plenty of dinner before this one, because I think on every shot since I sat down, he's been going post to post on those sweeps.
Well, Jay Clark works very hard. He's powered by chocolate milk.
Okay.
Keeps him going most of the day.
Pretty quick decision to go ahead and attack this rock that drifted in.
Yeah, coming right on in it with a 2-stone lead. It's not a bad idea to keep everything in good order for yourself, especially because that's not in the best position. You might be able to flop underneath your own guard here. This one does appear to be just a touch narrow off of Teresa's hands. Brushers are on it immediately, trying to work it over and hold it right there. Can they hold it? It is going to just skitter right on by and through the rings. So unfortunate miss there for Tejada. Will give Mayfield the opportunity to draw in line 2. So second stone from Becky Wida on the way.
Oh, it might have been a touch wide, but if they can get on it, they can always split this a little bit.
Well, it also appears to have plenty of mustard. And it just slides right through the house. That hot dog fell off the bun, John.
That's always when I go back and remind my teammate that, you know, that's only your 3rd rock of the game, or I guess 4th rock of the game. Plenty of time.
So now time for Jay the Swan Clark. Delivery's on the way, coming down with a nice controlled weight.
And also looks a touch wide, Dave. I'm not sure if that's going to come over. You don't want to wick it under the guard.
We missed it inside, we missed it outside. We've got it all covered right here. That stone remains. Now stepping into the hack is Mac Wida. Matt, a fan of beers, particularly IPAs. His shirt says IP a lot. When I drink.
As someone that drinks at least, 6 or 10 liters of water a day, I can feel for the spirit of that shirt.
You are quite hydrated.
This looks really nice.
This has nice weight. I think it's going to
stay
be
close.
just a little bit spicy. They let it wick quite wisely, and now they lie too.
It's a solid result, especially bringing that off the center line.
It's going to be a very tough double to make for Detroit, so it's going to be a question. Going to ask Jay to take another run at this and flop things around some.
Dave, I just want to compliment the Pittsburgh Ice Makers. We've only played one game on the sheet last night. We'll be playing again tonight. But this is some terrific sweepers ice, and it's worth noting, it's great sweepers ice. Even it's June. It's kind of amazing how well this is playing.
Oh, the ice is definitely fantastic, and we're happy to compliment the ice crew, especially because they're sitting right next to us.
There you go. Oh, that's an unfortunate result. You got a piece of each of them, and you leave them stacked.
I don't think you could have done that if you tried.
No, absolutely not.
So,
Yeah, if
already
I'm red,
put a third stone here.
If I'm
yeah.
red, I don't want to touch that that great set that I have right now. I don't want to move that line around. So they agree. They're going to go ahead and come around that yellow guard.
So they're going to come around the other side here. Will Matt. The side's been a little bit fresher here. It'll take a minute for it to come on in. They are able to carry it. Don't overcook it. Don't really want to go behind the tee line. If you do, you really want to come further than that. They do lie 1, 2, and 3. So a little bit of trepidation has to be coming across the yellow squad right now. Looking to have Steve throw a little bit more weight. Open things up. These two should be able to be doubled now at this point. First delivery on the way from Steve Smith. This one is also outside. Set it. He was just a little bit of a in-out on his delivery there. Going to just pick the top one out over the top.
It's a pretty acceptable outcome. I wonder if that line is just playing straighter than anything they saw in the first.
It did look like he got it started just a touch. So now, this is Mary Beth Lashinsky. We have action in all of our sheets. You can check out our other stream if you want to catch those games.
Spoiler alert, they're all 1-point games.
We have Pittsburgh on sheet A. If you want to see some Pittsburgh on Pittsburgh action. This delivery here is going to just wick and roll dead under cover if you let it sit there. That's a very nice outcome. It's sticking about 3/4 exposed. If we go and take a look at it, you see it just there over the top. They have room to get it, but they're going to elect to draw in instead, or more likely a hit.
Yeah, both skips have really been tightening the ice here for the hit attempts on this line. This looks good.
Gonna make the hits, gonna flop it open a little bit. It is very close for who's shot line
Looks like
third.
you're sitting second.
Well, you do have to realize the graphics
Oh, the graphic does
of
extend
Magneto.
past.
There is a blue line
Oh, there's the blue. Yeah, yeah.
that shows you where it has to be. So,
Well, either way, they're going to hit it.
yeah, Jason doesn't care. He just says, make the bad rock leave.
I'd love a little roll here, too.
It's on the way from Mary Beth.
This looks pretty great. Maybe just dead nose?
It's
That's
right in the
fine.
beak, and they lie 1, 2, 3. So now they're trying to draw up a shot here. So the idea is they're going to hit this one right here and come across and make this double takeout.
That's awesome. Yeah, even if you just get the inside roll and you freeze on top of the shot rock, it's still a pretty great outcome for yellow.
That'd be a great outcome indeed.
Definitely getting scary for him.
So versus 2 for Mark Palmieri.
Nice low slide.
Got to make sure you get this one on it pretty hard. The line looks pretty close. Going to catch a one, roll on over, just
Oh, no,
between
just on the
everything.
top.
Oh my goodness, that's tremendously unfortunate.
What do you like here if you're red, Dave? Do you just do you draw out open so that that roll isn't there again? Maybe put something in like the 12 foot on the open side.
Well, you got to figure maybe you go right to the. There's 2 choices.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if you had a couple different choices here, you could come either right here, and put one right in the top of the 12 foot, or you can guard this one as well. But you have to protect against them making this draw into the inside.
No, I'm having fun. This is great.
So, big opportunity to put himself in a fantastic spot for Jason Oblander.
The only thing you don't want to do here if you're red is just give yellow something to hide behind.
Yeah, there's a big case to be made for throwing it deep here, actually, and maybe in the back of the rings. But they're going to go with the first option. I said,
looks
just
like it's in
come
the
down
top
the
4.
top 12.
Oh no, this is back.
Yeah,
Back
this
four?
is back. I'd be taking it.
I would be taking this back.
Yeah, definitely a situation where you don't really want to leave it there, because there is the way out.
Well, I mean, yellow can come down to this.
Yeah, if you come right down there in front of the stone, that's a pretty good spot.
You might be shot. Either way, you're going to be happy with your position on it because it'd be hard to clear.
It's going to be a lot better than it was a second ago. It's Palmieri's final stone of the second. Needs to get his team out of trouble here. They're on it right out of his hand. It's got a long way to go.
Well, they're in the house.
Certainly in the rings. It needs to.
This looks pretty good.
If the
Come
line's
up.
good, it's going to be pretty good. Needs to curl up just a hair. Now you want to weld it on. Make it sit right there.
That's a terrific shot.
And that is on there with super glue.
Wow,
And
really
they-
great shot.
They are shot rock Great shot by Mark Palmieri there, getting his team out of dodge.
If you're red, you kind of love to throw a bullet at this, but I think that yellow guard is
So, John,
going
how
to
do
make
you
that
think?
kind of challenging.
Yeah, how do you think you get to here, John?
I don't know how you. I mean, I think 2 is a challenge.
Well, I think the one option you have
Yeah.
is if you come off that stone in the back of the 8-foot and then drive that over there.
Yeah, I like that.
You might lose the one in the back, but you should be able to get 2 that way.
Yeah, I mean, your second option would be to, try to throw the bullet down the line here, but you might wreck the guard, and you got to throw plenty of weight because it's welded so far on there. And
Gonna
your
lose
outcome-
the shooter.
Yeah.
And is it possible that it
I mean, you
catches
lose
the
2 of
back?
yours, too. I mean, this would go, your shooter would go.
I think it might catch the back of the yellow if you try to do that, though.
Over on here.
They're just going to take their 1.
Looks
They
like
just got, I mean, they saw the line.
just throwing the same rock again will.
What a
Jason-
bailout, though. I mean, yellow is kind of behind the 8 ball. That whole end, it's a massive shot make.
Oh yeah, Palmieri really got his team out of trouble there. Earned his pay. In fact, they're going to double it. Final stone of the second end. This has curling to do.
Yeah, this
That's-
is at least back 12.
It's gonna be close to being okay. It ticks and skitters by.
Wow.
And indeed it will be a steal 1 for Team Detroit.
Huge
They
steal.
take a 3-0 lead after 2. Third end coming up in just a moment. So back here, the third end, 3-0 lead for the squad from Detroit, led by Mark Palmieri. Entry put in by Jay Clark as his famous Bonspiel team, Jay and the TBDs.
It's true.
Pretty solid laugh from the warm room on that one, Dave.
It's my favorite band, isn't it yours?
Oh, of course.
I've got their latest single that came out. I love chocolate milk, and so should you. Well, if your chocolate milk has too much of a twang, it might be sour.
You're up on the scoreboard 3, so shot call is let's just go ahead and put this in the 4-foot.
Coming right on in, and they're going to have to generate something from there.
Let's stay close here for the straight sweep. This looks great. Nice throw. Oh, it did sneak over.
Yeah, just going to tick. They are going to hang on to the back of the rings.
That's fine.
Shot stone belonging to Mayfield.
I imagine we're going to see this red taken out. That's a signal from our skip. Tightens the broom a little bit, brings it back to the original position. Probably haven't seen a hit on this line before.
And here comes on the way from Teresa. Jay's on it right away.
I'm seeing some jogging.
This is still got a piece of it if they can hurry. And it's just going to come
by.
up and skitter on by. So opportunity knocking again for Mayfield. They had a big end set up last time, John, only to see it foiled by Mark Palmieri.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes the one rock that you make in an end is the big one. I'm always happy playing the middle, Dave. I don't throw a lot of skip rocks. I like sweeping them.
It's a big team game, those big sweepers. I mean, you certainly made me look good a couple times last night.
Thank you. I agree, Jim. It's pretty uncommon here in the U.S. to see curling in June.
Hey, I'm joined by my one of my favorite broadcast partners, Mr. Jim Nix. Jim, glad to have you.
That went a little big. I think we're going to see a double attempt here from Detroit.
So here we have Jay Clark out here lining up the takeout. Delivery on the way, looks pretty good off of his hand.
Plenty of weight, looks like normal.
Needs to curl up a skosh if they're going to make the double.
Yeah, he'll take one here.
Going to get the one, just pick it up off over the top. Shot stone still belongs to Mayfield. So Mayfield trying to place it up there high. Thank you for joining us so much on this beautiful, cloudy, rainy day in the Pittsburgh area.
This definitely has less weight than last.
Nearby in Pittsburgh, it's going to be just very close at the Oakmont Country Club. Will be the U.S. Open next week. This rain will definitely help to bring up that famous rough that the USGA always puts together. This one is just a skosh heavy. It's going to come all the way down.
I was wrong about that weight.
That's why you're the best color commentator in the biz. So now they're trying to work this double takeout, figuring out exactly which one to hit first. You have the option to contact either one. So they're going to try to take the one there.
Even if you just take this one to roll the shooter over, sit on top, that's still pretty great.
Yeah, but it looks like they're going to go the other way, I think. But the stone's on the way from Jay. It's going to wick off and doesn't make the double take it out all the way. Is it box eligible? Not quite. So in case you're new to the Pittsburgh Curling Club, Friday is the box day at the TropiCurl. So if you draw the 4-foot or execute a double takeout on purpose, you call for the box, you place the mystery box on the sheet, and whenever the first handshakes occur in the ice shed, the box is yours.
What do you think is in the box this year, Dave?
What's in the box?
What's in the box, man?
Well, in the past, there's been nice bottles of bourbon.
Oh, that's impressive for a box pull.
Absolutely. There's been terrible cans of Iron City beer.
Okay. I won some like themed coffee mugs in a box pull. I think that was the best.
Coffee mugs are
But
good.
yeah, some bourbon or some beers. That's a nice gift. That's going to be a touch heavy behind.
Yeah, it just is off to the side, so it's second. Now it's shot stone at the moment.
I mean, given the scoreboard, I'm probably taking this out anyway.
Oh, you're going to take it out all day. Now, Jim's tuning in to see some world-class telestrating. Because we've been begging, and we're working on getting our telestrator set up for our broadcast. I do hear it's coming soon. It'll be exciting.
Oh, the sweepers are off it. They really like this one.
That's dead on the beak, and they lie 1, 2, 3.
I mean, red can hit this in the crotch and keep their back one alive. They go ahead here.
There you go. Kind of do it just like that.
We're just going to draw on top, though, it looks like.
Yeah,
Would
settling
you attack
into it.
this, Dave, or would you just sit
Well,
on top?
I mean, you need to score. You're trailing by 3.
Yeah.
Hitting isn't going to do you too much good right now. If we just clear off that doodle, we'll be in great shape.
Can't be short here. Doesn't look like it is.
Can't be wide either, John. Looks like it is.
Oh, this is
This has got to take a
it's
right
tough
turn.
one.
This has got to take a right turn in Albuquerque. Oh, and it slides right on past. So
It's looking like Palmieri might have to throw some perfect shots with his skip racks again, the way this is starting. But everything is behind tee, so it's anybody's game.
yeah. Well, Palmieri's in good shape right now, throwing yellows.
Oh, my fault. You're right. Looks like we are trending toward a tie game here. No, I'm saying all the wrong things. I think we should have complimented the last one. Never mind. Don't listen to me. I'm looking down at the sheets wrong.
You see, that's the other thing you're doing. Not only do you sweep my rocks well enough to make me look good, you're making enough mistakes on the air to make me sound good.
This is a whole new setup for me. I've never been behind the screen of an OBS before. I'm an inherited vMix guy. But this is lovely. I really like the setup for this stream. I'm jealous of the long cameras, too, that really show off the sweeping ability.
Spoken as a front-end player?
Yes.
Absolutely.
A middle player.
Middle player.
Yes. 98% of my games are second and vice. That's where I like it.
So another attempt to try to settle one into the crotch here.
Can they hold this straight? It's a little down.
It's
No,
already
this is more
going
about
over.
the
This is,
line.
well, this is not going to be to the left, to left, to left, to left. It's going to the right, to the right, to the right, to the right.
Oh.
So, Detroit's sitting 1, 2, 3. Mark Palmieri in high cotton right now. He's just trying to park one in the top 8. Doesn't really want to give a chance for the skip stews for Oblander, but gotta be careful where you place it here. You don't want to
Yeah.
give something for them to hide in, right, John?
Yeah, this is a classic trap. It's always interesting to me when this kind of sets up. People always want to put something up top, but it's a huge gift for your opponent. Because right now, if you're red, I mean, your only shot is freezes.
Palmieri on his way with his first of 2. Here in the third.
It's like right down to the pile, perhaps?
Yeah, and this is going to be an opportunity for red. They have quite a large wall, and they didn't even have to pay for it.
Well, they're going to need 2 chances to freeze on this wall.
So, very important shot for Jay Oblander. He's got to put it right there, right at Magneto's feet. Park it in there, you have a decent shot. Obviously, Palmieri is going to be able to follow it right back down, but that's a chance you're going to take right now, trailing by 3. Over on sheet C, we have Columbus versus Buffalo. And we have a mishmash of Pittsburgh and everyone else. We see Wisconsin there.
We'll give you a look at those sheets after a couple rocks here.
Stone's on the way down right now.
This looks pretty good.
It's going to settle on down, over curling a touch. Got to hold it. You need to be on the
as you're
inside
on
of
the
that
backing.
yellow, not the outside. It is not even shot rock. It is currently number 2. So Shotstone is right there at Joe Magneto's feet on the K&J Magnetics house.
Now, if you're yellow, Dave, do you just throw to the top 4? Top 8? Just stay away from that pile entirely? Or
You could just split the rings. That's fine. You're going to put the force on that way. Make your opponent throw against 2, or you can,
or 3?
or
Oh,
you
no,
can
it
just
is
take
just
out,
2.
or you can just pick that red out. I'm pretty sure you can do that. Looks like he's going to throw down into the same pile. Now note he's taking about a foot more ice than his opponent just did.
Yeah, he's still going to be happy with the freeze if he gets it. I mean, if he's able to bump this red back and be sitting 3 or 4 again, that's pretty high pressure on red. But they did just make the shot, so they know what line and weight they're going to be looking for with hammer.
So on the way from Palmieri. Both sweepers on it now for distance. As long as it's counting, it's pretty good. Everything's getting a lot of finish here at the end. It's going to come on down, be just a little bit short.
It doesn't really change much.
I think it does, because now Oblander rather, has a shot at this yellow rock. Just push it back. Just give it a little nudge, a little tap, and he can get his deuce. So imagine he's going to throw probably about back 12-foot weight.
That looks about right.
Come on down there with the in turn, that clockwise rotation. Jay Oblander, it's his final stone of end number 3. This is starting to move on him. Line looks pretty good. If they can hold it there, they're going to have a good one. Really going to get close to the guard, and it's going to wreck. Will it skitter in to get a single point? Certainly does. A score of 1 for red. Score of 3-1 after 3.
Fortunate wick. Let's go ahead and show you the rest of the sheets here. Oh, maybe I can't. Never mind.
And we're coming back here in the 4th end. In just a second, over on sheet A, we have a 4-2 lead for Pittsburgh over Pittsburgh. It is Travis Eiler's team with the 4-2 lead. Buffalo scoreless against 5 now from Columbus on sheet C. And it's the amalgamated squad from Pittsburgh et al. Trailing by 2 on sheet D.
Opening rock underway here on our feature sheet. Oh, stops just short of the house. Nice guard.
Nice guard there, close to the 4-foot line. Not dead on the center, but not a problem. My thanks to John Gephardt, now brought to you by the most accurate forecast in Stowe Township, Dusty Devine.
Dave, pleasure as always to be seated next to America's most trusted voice in curling. And thanks always for coming out here. We love having you here in Pittsburgh.
Well, I'm happy to be here at my second club. For some reason, you let me hanging around here. I still haven't figured out why, but
it's just because the police have not come yet. But they're on their way. I've been
Well, response time is kind of slow here. Budget cuts and all.
yeah, busy day too. A lot of flooding around town. So as it's another lovely Friday of Three Rivers Arts Festival. There's only a couple things in this life they're guaranteed on the first weekend of June in Pittsburgh. Three Rivers Arts Festival, thunderstorms, and TropiCurl.
This one skitters past the outside for the Detroit squad, and Palmieri couldn't help but to look up a little bit because he's been carrying the majority of the load thus far in the early going.
Definitely still curls more than the other side, but I think it's better.
Trying to draw here, or just draw another guard here, or just another one in. You're sitting 2 without hammer, so.
Just going for the accumulation effect right now. Maybe they can tuck underneath. Trying to get something going here. They're going to get at least edge on edge, so it's going to make Mark Palmieri have to address it for sure.
Not quite buried as they would want. I wouldn't even mind if you ended up resting that here at the top of the 12-foot, completely kind of walling off the front there. And then even if they get one in behind, you have some good tap-up opportunities.
So Jay Clark, the Swan, delivers his first. Hits, rolls, and skitters out the side door all the way. No, it's going to just hang on and nibble over there. But certainly third shot, so not too much of a reason to worry about that right now.
No, Palmieri's not going to pay any mind to that one at this time.
No, and neither is Oblander. He's going to draw underneath.
Going on its way. I don't think this one's going to get quite out to the broom.
This would be a good time to play a tap on the stone in the 12-foot, lining it up.
Now starting to curl.
So now we're going to split instead. They do lie 3. House very wide open and unobstructed. Really, Mark can afford to ignore all those rocks if he does so choose.
If you're not even feeling the draw weight, I wouldn't even mind a hit and roll on this one. I'm trying to roll back towards the center.
No, that's certainly not bad at all. They're going to play against the one in the top here with the 2-stone lead, looking to keep it somewhat simple. Might get the double the other way, up and over the top and out. So, still team Oblander, line 2.
And the stones are a good distance away from each other, not at a really good angle, so they don't have to worry too much right now about the double. So, at this point, trying to just draw maybe to the other side of the house, keeping things spread out apart, so that way, Team Clark cannot just take out more than one stone per shot.
So this one coming on down needs to work its way over. Pressure's touches for just a moment. Happy with the weight.
Starting to curl here as it approaches the top of the house.
settles down, and it is going to give them something to play off here. Steve Smith next up to throw. A couple options. He could tap that one back, or he could hit that one that Magneto is straddling there and just skitter on over behind the other guard. Looks to be the call. On the way from Smith. This is getting narrow quickly. It's going to catch it, clear it, but lose the shooter in the process. Don't know what beer John Gephardt has been choosing yet here, Bobby. I saw him with a Blue Moon earlier. They're tuning in by the fives right now. Or by the five. This one is light all day. So, second Vice Stone here. Great opportunity to hit and roll under cover and apply some pressure, Dustin.
Yep. Get just enough of a roll here behind that guard that was just errantly thrown. And you can really start to put the pressure, because now they're going to have to either try and come down to it or peel their own guard, wasting a rock.
Indeed.
This looks a little bit wide, though, and a little hot. Trying to scrape it over now. It's going to clip the outside of the rock, I think.
It does, it does. Still shot stone, belonging to Mayfield.
But plenty of room there. You've got 9 feet to play with there at least.
So the question is, where does Jason want to put this stone? Does he want to draw under? Does he want to split the rings? Does he want to draw underneath his own? Looks like he's going to draw in underneath the long guard.
And the key to this shot especially is, with this much open house, is really the weight, because the stone will curl, but if you don't have the weight down right, you could set up another guard, and then Team Clark can come right underneath that and really, set that 2 back up again.
First to 2 for Jay Oblander. Just a heavy clean right now. Now we're going to get into it just a touch. Controlling the weight. No problem into any guards. It's just where you're going to end up being.
Finishing hard here as it crosses the hog line and approaches the house.
Going to work it underneath. And that's a nicely delivered stone. Dead under cover. Touching the 4. Good shot by the Mayfield skipper.
Now
Palmieri's going to have to freeze right on to it, it looks like. So a little game of follow the leader here. Holding a 2-point lead, but staring at 3 right now, possibly, if not careful. So it's been a lot of pressure shots for Mark Palmieri, and this is going to be another one. This one looks heavy. The brushers went nothing to do with it.
Trying to hope it grinds here as it comes over. It's going to be just...
Unfortunately, Hope is not going to pay the mortgage. It's going to come all the way through the house.
So now for Mayfield, the force is definitely on here, and a good chance of stealing multiple in this end as well.
So, do you like the guard here, Dusty?
I don't mind. I think I would play the guard here because the only other thing is if you could bury it back here behind your high one. You got to make sure, if you put a guard up here, then they pretty much just have a draw around this side.
So, second stone for Jason Oblander in the fourth. This one's hanging out there a long way. They're going to try to look to massage this into something. If they can catch a little wick on their top one and get every bit of the roll, ends up clearing it. Not a bad spot at all, Dusty.
Very nice spot. With that hard guard, it's a little dangerous to try the double, and you pretty much cut off that entire middle draw of the path to try and draw behind the shot rock there in the 4-foot. So you're either coming around it from the other side or trying to, where that broom is at, trying to figure out. They think it's going to keep straight through and come over?
Quite possible, for sure. So, facing three, Mark Palmieri, final stone of end number 4. On this right out of his hand. It looks like it has the weight. It's all about the line now. This needs to curl up across the face.
Here it comes.
Get past the first one, past the one in the rings. Do you move this other one far enough back? Oh, another big shot from Mark Palmieri. Keeping his team alive almost single-handedly, and they have a 4-1 lead after 4. Big clutch shot there by Mark Palmieri, Dustin.
Good, excellent work there by the sweepers, keeping sure they kept that stone on line. If it over curls, they're bumping red in for a steal of one. Instead, able to hold it to get the inside hit and roll back to the button, just enough.
That was a fantastic shot by the skipper there. Bailed him up. That was a really tough look. The spiel attracting people from all over the United States and Canada every year. One of the major events on the summer curling calendar. It's been happening for 17 years now.
And the 5th year in our brand new, our new curling dedicated facility since we've moved off of arena ice.
I'm still willing to say it's brand new.
5 years for a house is still brand new.
That's right.
And still getting new people coming in, coming and visiting the building. People that came when we were on arena ice that now coming back, rediscovering Pittsburgh, curling club and this wonderful event.
Well, it's always a happy time. I mean, I came here almost every year. I've been curling, even when it was arena ice, just because of the wonderful hospitality that all the Yinzers have provided. So we get the first one in the ring, second one coming on down. Looking to hold the center guard, although Palmieri's been playing rocks in and been comfortable playing the game in the rings. And with a 3-point lead, that's perfectly fine to do. Probably would have liked to have that guard a little bit more centered, but he is underneath his own. His opponent choosing to come underneath their own instead, so we're going to have a little fight over the Mason-Dixon line here.
Sometimes when you're trying to make up points, you just want rocks in the rings to try and at least have something. So if you get too early into a hit game and you start exchanging hits, then it's a great way to get one. But when you're down 3,
oh, I certainly wouldn't start hitting. That's for sure. But right here, this is the outcome you couldn't have.
Yep, just a little heavy on this one. It's going to sail right out the back.
So now, up by 3 without the hammer, Palmieri's going to throw the nibbler or the high guard. Don't mind it, though, because it's going to be tough to get behind there. And if you're right there in the top, you can always push it back if they do get underneath it.
Yeah, taking away the middle here, always a good thing. Making them, they can try and draw underneath, but they don't go way into the weeds. So take away the middle now. We already have 2 in the house.
And Jay Clark with that delivery, and I've had the honor of playing with Jay Clark. I'm a notch in his belt, so to speak.
As am I. Jay Clark, one of the probably better, most well-traveled curlers without playing in an Olympics or a European Championship.
I think he played in 21 Bonspiels one year.
Yes. I believe I've heard that he has a list of every curler he's played with. And
Yes.
It is extensive.
Yeah, he has every curler in a list with every game result.
Oh, wow.
And probably assessments of the available food options.
Well, hopefully not assessments of curlers, because I don't think we won too much when I play with them, so I'm sure my data entry is not overall glowing.
In the meantime, there is a double takeout attempt. They got one of them clean, but more importantly, it's skittered right underneath that guard.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
that
got
last
to be addressed.
Clarkstone a little heavy and kind of made a little pocket there. They were able to throw some weight at and just hit and bump a little underneath as well. So now Mayfield's sitting 1, kind of buried behind that yellow stone in the top of 12.
Well, it is time for them to get something going if they're going to get back into this game. It's no longer early.
Nope.
Probably the expression that's most used in baseball of all sports. They'll say, it's early, it's before the All-Star break. I'm like, no, you already played 80 games.
Yes.
It's not early anymore. Ask the Pirates if it's early anymore.
Early, it's
Too soon?
unfortunately for the Pirates. late for the Pirates.
I mean,
is Memorial Day. So
I was going to say April, but
I'm trying to be a little positive as the hometown guy. Like maybe Memorial Day we can get to this year and still be in it. But
very close for shot stone there.
yes, nice job just to tap it back.
It is rivalry weekend in MLB. Now, the Pirates-Phillies rivalry really isn't one anymore.
No, not ever since they
Realign the divisions.
Yeah.
And because 2 teams have to be good for it to be a rival.
That also is true. Some teams wouldn't consider a rivalry if the outcome is always the same, but
It's satisfying for one side.
that's always, yes.
That's definitely a situation where both teams aren't asking whether it was good for you at the end.
Yeah. But meanwhile, back here in the game, in the 5th end here, again, not really early. This is This is more of the late 20s stage of the game. Kind of like, okay, you've been playing around now. What are you gonna start doing?
When are you gonna get a real job?
Yeah, when are you gonna start doing something real here? And that's, with that little hit and roll there, rolling into the back of the house, sitting one, possibly two, but your shot rock is exposed.
So they're going to elect to just play the hit here with Steve Smith's stone. And that's going to prove to be just as beautiful as it was alliterative. So it's the old, what do you like?
Mm-hmm.
The real thing is, don't really know if you can see enough of that stone that's right behind the K and J, and I don't think you can. So there's no real double takeout available, so they must think that they might be shot stone right now.
Sitting for second shot there.
He's hitting second shot now. I think they think that they lie one right now. It's very, very close. Oh, that's one. Yeah, but they're gonna. That's right. Hitting to lie two, rather. You're a meteorologist. You're not supposed to be accurate.
Sorry, that darn counting getting in the way. That time there did not quite, wanted to get a little bit of roll, but caught it a little thin and rolled a little too far there. So possibly sitting first shot, but they really kind of wanted that right there between Magneto's feet to sit two.
So now, Palmieri's going to ask Steve Smith to draw one around the outside, around the outside, around the outside.
Sweeping hard here, trying to get the weight as
Trying to get the real Yellowstone to please stand up.
and a little tap over to.
God, they're just a little bit short. Does leave him kind of gunned up for later if they want to take a thwack at it.
If anything, really kind of guards off that questionable shot, whether it was second or whether it was shot or whether it was second there, sitting in the top of the 8 foot on the end.
And it looks like that Oblender is trying to guard that whole pushback. He sees that, he's worried about it.
Mm-hmm.
So Mary Beth Stone on the way. You can check out all the scores at bondspieler.com. Bondspieler brought to you by our good friends at the San Francisco Bay Area Curling Club located in Oakland, California. This one
heavy.
draws in. Will it stop for shot? No, it makes it all the way through the back. So, Dustin, why don't you show the kids what we think he's going to line up here?
So it looks like he's planning a hit here. So he's going to want to come down, just cross the face here, and hit right about here on this stone. Drive it back into our yellow, and then back into the red. Should be able to kick the red out this way, or even if it crosses the face this way. And then he'll have two stones right in here for shot, and kind of starts to bring that the only troublesome one out here on the wings.
First of two on the way for Palmieri. trying to shove the whole line back.
Sweeping it hard, trying to hold that line.
It's going to be really close. On the way there, push it back, shove it back, way back and out.
Just like I drew it up, Dave.
And very adjacent to the way you drew it up.
I was tangentially correct on that shot call.
That's correct. They lie 1-2. Red lies 3, and yellow
5 and 6.
then a million.
So
This
Red-
seems front with Pebble. Is he looking at a triple here, Dusty?
it's possibly there, but you're gonna have to throw a good, you're gonna have to get a good cannonball coming at this. He's throwing this to here, to there, to that. That goes that way. This kicks off and goes that way. So it's trying to move a whole lot of granite here.
That's, boy, hope he had his Wheaties.
But I think he's concerned because he just has one rock there on the right side all by his lonesome, and if they can remove that, he could be looking at.
So which begs the question, why wouldn't you just throw a draw?
I think he maybe is not confident enough that he knows the curl or the line to get that to curl underneath and not be exposed.
Well, this is on the way. Things are going to occur. One rock hits another,
Two skid out, gets
and only one is cleared. So that did a whole lot of not a lot. Very technical terms that we use here. It's yellow line first and second. Red is now third. Very tough to see that Mayfield stone.
And now Clark's team trying to decide how to get to that back.
Let's not forget that Red has hammer.
Yes.
So,
Do you ever just put one right here then?
well, maybe a little bit higher.
Well, if you put it in a line here, you then don't have any kind of a double.
Well, the force is on because
Yeah.
it'll be the last stone. So I'm thinking you put it right on the K&J Magnetics, and a nose hit's no good at it. You're going to force a hit off to the side, or
Well, let's see what happens. Stone
final on
drops
the way
away.
from Palmieri. This one is dead light off of his hand. This one
sweeping
needs
hard.
some Red Bull or some nitric oxide to push it over. It clogs up the way, but it will be a draw to the 4-foot 4-1. Okay, I'll rephrase that. It should be a draw for the 4-foot for
And then
1.
he paused and looked at that stone, and I'm trying to figure out what he's seeing.
He's trying desperately to find a way to count 2 here. And you're going to need one really big rock
Yeah,
to do that. If you had one really, really big rock, you might be able to make that happen.
Here, now what you need is you need somebody you need to tie a rope to the handle and have somebody stand on the T line. And as soon as it makes contact with this rock, that person pulls the rope straight across to get that rock.
Probably involves the use of black foam.
That's right, yes. If you use the new black foam heads to carve the rock straight sideways.
Looks like they are looking to throw the draw. Electing to throw the intern here, that's really just a preference thing. Final stone of the 5th. This one's also light. light, and it could potentially be narrow, and that would be a disaster.
That's clicking.
Es desastre. That's going to be a steal of 2, making the score 6-1 after 5. 6-end action in just a moment. Taking a look at our other sheets. Team Palagallo has made a bit of a comeback against Travis Eiler. They trail only by 1. They're playing the 6. Eiler has the hammer. Tied up over on sheet D. Both those squads are tied up, and 4-4 is the score over there. And back over on sheet C. It is Columbus with a 6-1 lead over Buffalo. Back here in our feature, Mayfield has a lot of work to do. They're trailing by 5. 6 end to play. We are in a timed bonspiel. Only 10 minutes and 46 seconds left in which to complete this end, so in all likelihood, this game will not make the required time frame to be able to play 8 ends. So with that, Oblander has to go all out here, Dusty.
Absolutely. With realistically only 2 ends left to play, down by 5, you need a big score here to try and force play in that 7th end.
And we're going to need to start with the guard because you're going to have something to work with. Now, this situation, you can afford to use the other team's guards. You really don't care. This one, it's going to draw in. Now, works better to skip when the pad's on the ice, but it's okay. He doesn't sweep often. Little wry smile there from the skip. It is wide open and exposed. So just a matter of eliminating some stones right now. A takeout on the way from Teresa. And Tejada makes no mistake with that one. Great brushing by the front end to clear it out. Now the question is, where is the box, Dusty?
Where is the box indeed? On Fridays here at TropiCurl, Friday is box day. If you draw the 4-foot or make a double takeout of your opponent's stones, you shout for the mystery box. Claim that, and if you are in possession of the mystery box when the first game ends with handshakes, you win the box.
But I don't see the box,
I
Dusty.
don't see the box either right now.
We're going to send our field reporter out there. Oh, the box is on D, I hear.
It is also, I've seen in past instances where they've hidden the box.
The box is elusive.
Yes. It's not uncommon for teams to try and be very sly with the placement of the box. Avoiding people from taking it from them, so.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's like a pirate with its buried treasure.
We've seen a lot of strategery involved with the box at some points. Mm-hmm. Like at this point, trailing by 5. If this end doesn't go my way, if I'm Jay Oblander, I'm getting somebody to draw the 4-foot, yelling box, and then shaking my opponent's hand.
Which is entirely legal within the rules. There's nothing that says you have to complete the end. You can shake and call box at any point in time.
I actually did that my very first year at TropiCurl. I've actually done it twice in TropiCurl. Got one of those bottles of bourbon.
There you go.
There was 4 Roses bourbon in there that year.
Yes, you also don't know what's in the box. No one knows what's in the box until the end.
One year there was Iron City beer in it, and we shotgunned them right there at RMU.
As is appropriate. Don't shotgun the 4 roses. That
And then-
ends poorly.
Then immediately chided for having outside alcohol. After that whole incident there, the next year my team's name was Team No Outside Alcohol Permitted. So Palmieri's got one in there. Got a monstrous 7-stone lead right now. Good time to play for the box, Dusty.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Jay Clark delivering his 2nd stone.
This one is just going to tick, but it's going to prove to be somewhat fortuitous, I would think. Although, opportunity for Olander to make the little pop and flop here.
I'd say the little bump and dump there back to the middle would be very timely right now. And then start putting the pressure.
The hitter and skidder.
The bend and snap.
The plop and fizz.
A little heavy on that's going to roll a little bit wide.
It did roll around the outside there. It's going to be wide on open.
But sitting 2.
They are sitting two, so easy to address. For Palmieri with Steve Smith. Smith with his stone on the way, slid a little bit narrow. Looks like he was able to correct it on the delivery. Pressure's on it right out of his hand. Looks pretty good now. And they will pop and flop right on in. Great shot. Very good brushing.
Still sitting behind T, so you wonder now, do you just draw down to it or throw a little back line to tap it back?
Yeah, it looks like the call is to tap the stone the 8-foot back, and got to get something built here. 1 point does you absolutely nothing.
Someone has jokingly already hung 2 points for the end on the scoreboard there, so
Oh, good.
someone make a prediction as to how this end's going to go.
Oh, goodness. I didn't even catch that. That's right. It's 6-1, not 8-1.
Yes,
I'm just looking at the scoreboard.
We're playing the 6th end.
Oh, there he goes. It goes back now. Okay. He could be, Nostradamus or something.
Curlers are known to be a little
Psycho?
pranksters
I mean,
at
psychic.
times. Little mischievous, rambunctious, if you will, causing a ruckus.
Especially when the mystery box is involved. Be a great time to draw on in there and steal it away from sheet C. If this can get to the 4-foot, they'll be able to request the box. It's just short. No box for you.
Yeah, you hate when you're just a couple inches short of the box.
That's a terrible thing. So while you're watching, please do us a favor, like the stream, subscribe to the Pittsburgh Curling Club on YouTube. Doesn't cost you anything to do it, helps us out a whole bit, trying to drive more interest into our great sport.
Yeah, we stream all of our league games, all of our tournament games, so you don't have to wait for one of the Grand Slam of Curling events or the Briar or the Scotties to watch curling. You can tune in just about any day of the week here and watch curling here from the Pittsburgh Curling Club.
And honestly, what fun is it watching everybody make every shot?
Right.
Far more entertaining.
Yes. We give you the factor of the unknown, the unpredictable factor. We don't have people in banana costumes yet, though, cheering peels, though.
Yeah, but we're, for the proper level of funding, we're able to make that happen.
Absolutely. For the right amount of funding, I, the president, will wear a banana costume every game I curl next season.
How much funding are we talking?
The exact amount of funding has not yet been determined by the finance committee, but once we have a number, we will definitely let everybody know. Draw in here, this one hanging out a little bit wide though, trying to carve it over, but it's just going to stay out there to the left.
That's right, and if you want to see Dusty in that banana costume, send your donations to the Pittsburgh Curling Club, 491 McCoy Road, Pittsburgh, PA, 15136. All donations are tax deductible. Pittsburgh Curling Club is a 501c3 organization. And while Dusty unpeels the situation he got himself into, and indeed is Mark Palmieri trying to put a cherry on top of that banana split.
Yes, hopefully those donations come in bunches.
Trying to get to the 4 foot now. Get to the 4 foot, get to the 4 foot. Oh my goodness, we can't. Just short.
Do we have a dome around it or something? What do we have out there?
It's a beautiful dome.
Did we pebble a hill there at the top of the 4 foot so you can't draw it?
The box still lives on sheet D. I think Palmieri's trying to draw on in there for it now. We have full-on strategery here. They are playing the 7th end on all these other games, so this will be the opportunity for them to capture it right here. 2 rocks. Just draw the 4. Come on, boys. Mark Palmieri with his attempt. This is way out there.
Jay Clark frantically trying to guide this rock to curl.
You're right, I don't think I have.
And it never got to the confluence.
Nope.
Now they're discussing shaking hands, but no, you have to draw for the box.
Well, here with the hammer, Timo Blamder sitting second shot. I don't know though if there's a way they can get 2, having to either outcount or remove that yellow rock in the back of the 4 foot. You could nose back your own red, but then you're not going to be second shot, so it's only a shot for 1.
I mean, you could, in theory, do a double run back, red on the red, into the 2 yellows. Don't know if that would do it, though, because you'd have to kill the other yellow. Final stone of the 6th end. Jason Oblander trying to hit the 4-foot at the very least, tap himself up to even the score up just a bit more. This is all over the guard. And it is indeed all over. That too was omniscient. And the final score will be 8-1 in favor of Team Clark. Jay Clark and the TBDs over Team Oblander from Mayfield. Our next game is up at 8:15. You can watch the conclusion of all the other games on our other stream. Right now, for Dustin Devine, I'm Dave Schmel. We'll catch you at 8:15. Thanks for watching. For the Pittsburgh Curling Club, it's TropiCurl 17.